Once upon a time, in a forest that was frankly way too big for its own good, lived a girl named Little Red Riding Hood. And no, her real name wasn't Little Red Riding Hood, it was Brenda, but nobody called her that because, well, look at the outfit. She was on her way to her grandma's house, carrying a basket filled with artisanal gluten-free muffins and a kombucha subscription box. Classic Gen Z stuff. But this isn't just Brenda's story, oh no. Our tale also features Pip, a penguin from a distant, much colder land. How did he get here? A series of unfortunate events involving a rogue iceberg, a confused shipping container, and a deep love for fish tacos. Pip was now the forest's most unlikely resident, mostly spending his days trying to explain what ice is to skeptical squirrels. Brenda, Red, skipped along the path, humming a tune she definitely found on a viral TikTok dance challenge. Suddenly, she tripped over something black and white and waddling, whoa, she exclaimed, nearly dropping the kombucha. Are you a weird-looking duck? Pip looked up, deeply offended. Madam, am a penguin. A distinguished gentleman of the Antarctic persuasion. And you, miss, have just stepped on my foot, Red blinked. A penguin here? That's statistically improbable. Tell me about it, Pip grumbled, dusting off his feathers. 1 minute I'm enjoying a nice krill smoothie, the next I'm dodging acorns and dealing with existential dread. Where are you headed in such a hurry, anyway? To my grandma's house, Red said, pointing down the path. She's feeling a bit under the weather. Pip's eyes narrowed. Grandma's house in this forest? Oh, I've heard stories. Big house, questionable architecture, and a local tenant with a penchant for disguises and a terrible dental plan. You mean the big bad wolf? Red asked, her eyes widening. My mom told me not to talk to him. Wise advice, Pip nodded sagely. But talking isn't his primary skill, eating is. And grandmothers are apparently on his menu. We have to get there first. And so, the most bizarre duo in fairytale history was formed. Red, with her knowledge of the winding forest paths, and Pip, with his surprisingly strategic mind and ability to slide down muddy hills at incredible speeds. It's called tobogganing, he'd shout, a noble sport. They raced through the trees, a blur of red cloak and flapping flippers. They outsmarted riddling foxes, politely declined a rave invitation from some badgers, and finally saw the cottage in the distance. But they were too late. A shadowy figure was already slipping through the front door. It was the wolf, Plan B, Pip squawked. We need a distraction. Red looked in her basket. I've got a kale smoothie. Perfect, Pip chirped. He'll be so disgusted it'll buy us time. They crept to the window. Inside, the wolf was putting on Grandma's nightgown. It was not a good look. Oh, the horror, Pip whispered. The floral print does nothing for his complexion. Red took a deep breath, kicked open the door, and shouted, Special delivery, 1 kale and spirulina surprise. She launched the smoothie, and it hit the wolf square in the snout. He howled, not in pain, but in sheer taste-induced shock. Gah, it tastes like disappointment. While the wolf was distracted, trying to wipe green gunk from his eyes, Pip waddled over to the closet, jimmied the lock with his beak, and out popped Grandma. She was holding a rolling pin and looked furious. I was about to teach this hairy hooligan a lesson myself, she declared. The wolf, now blinded by health juice and facing an angry senior citizen and a penguin, decided this wasn't his day. He yelped and leapt out the window, running back into the forest, probably to find a good mouthwash. Grandma hugged Red, then looked down at Pip. And who is this dapper fellow? That's Pip. Red smiled. He's a penguin, a penguin. Grandma clapped her hands. How delightful. I've got a freezer full of fish sticks. You'll stay for dinner, won't you? Pip's eyes lit up. Fish sticks? Maybe this forest wasn't so bad after all. And so, our heroes enjoyed a well-deserved meal, proving that sometimes the weirdest friendships make for the very best adventures. Thanks for watching our little fairytale mashup. If you enjoyed the adventures of Red and Pip, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories. See ya.